All right, what's going on, guys? Robby here once again, and I'm super excited because we have another special guest and we have another success story coming out of Commission Hero. Today we have Greg, and I know Greg very well. My girlfriend and his wife are very good friends, and so we've known each other for a while. And I know Greg, he's had an amazing journey, and he just hit his first $1,000 day, which is always like a big milestone in Commission Hero. And so, Greg, how does it feel to hit your first $1,000 day, man?
It's unbelievable, man, honestly. And it's funny because I came close. I came really close a few times.
Yep.
And like I had $800 days. I had $900 days. But like they're all towards the end of the day. I would get to those numbers more towards the end of the day.
Yep.
And then this time, it happened by like 2:00 in the afternoon. So I was like, yeah, it was unbelievable, I called my wife over to the computer. Yeah, she was pumped.
That's amazing, man.
Like, all right, gotta go get that haircut now.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. So this is also something that, for people that are watching right now. So Greg made a promise to himself, and I'll kind of let you explain it, but I love this. So what did you do?
So, obviously, it wasn't really a joke because it started as a joke, but then I took it really serious after. I said it was already time to get a haircut, but all the places were obviously closed because of the pandemic. And basically I said, it was like middle of May, I think. And I said, I'm not going to get a haircut even if once everything gets back until I get this. I'm not stopping.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I just kept going. At the time, like I had a few account shutdowns back then, so like I wasn't even making $100 or $200 days consistently.
Yeah.
But after that, things started getting better and started getting more sales. So
that's awesome.
Finally able to get it.
That's awesome. And now you got your first $1,000 day, and you can finally get your haircut. But I think you were saying like you're thinking about like just keeping it going until you make even more, right?
Yeah, it's working so far. So
that's awesome.
I don't want to lose the strength, like Simpson, right?
Yes, you got to keep that strength. That's great. So, Greg, tell me a little bit about your background in terms of like what do you usually do for like your regular work, and kind of how did you come across Commission Hero?
So I worked for a car dealership, 12 years, same place. It was a small place.
Yeah.
And I did a little bit of everything there. Started as a business development rep. So it was kind of, it was a call center, basically making calls, setting appointments.
Yeah. I
eventually managed that department. I did some marketing for the dealership as well.
Yep.
And then for the past 3 years, I was in the sales department. I was head of sales, general sales manager. So I was working a lot because that's how the car business is, working like 12-hour days, 60, 70 hours a week. I always wanted to do something online. And basically, I came across your course. It was on my Facebook feed. I saw the video and I was like, "Oh, Robby, oh shit!" Because I didn't know. I knew that you were doing it.
Yeah.
I knew that you were doing, the affiliate, but I didn't know you actually had a course until I came across that video. So, I signed up back then, and it was like probably like a year ago.
Yeah.
But I never really went through with it because of the time. I just didn't think I had the time.
Yep.
Then I got laid off. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna go all in, and this is what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna try it out and see what happens. So I joined, and that was in April, beginning of April. So I'm glad I did.
Yeah, man, that's awesome, dude. And I love that. And obviously I don't love that you got laid off, but I love the fact that, this has happened a few times where, people get laid off and you're like, all right, you know what, like I have to make this work now. Like I don't have a choice. And so, it's very similar when I talked to Rodrigo and a couple other guys, like very similar situations. And so the fact that you actually got out of your own way, like finally made it happen. And now you're having success because it's like, when you go 100% all in on something, like that's where the success happens. So dude, I love that. That's awesome. So tell me a little bit about like, what was your big breakthrough, right? So obviously you were having, a couple $100 days. I know you were going through some issues with like your accounts and stuff too, but what was like, what got you to having your breakthroughs of having, $800 days, $900 days, and then finally like $1,000 day?
I think a couple of things. First, in the beginning, I was mostly like, I was going in all sorts of directions. Like I was thinking about promoting multiple offers, having 1 BM per offer, and wasn't really listening to you, because you say it all the time. Yeah. You should focus on one offer. So, I had pages for DIY and then for weight loss, and like I was all over the place.
Yep.
So I think the first thing was focusing on one offer, having, 3 different BMs for that same offer. And then also having the reports, looking at the reports every day. I think that knowing the numbers is what made the difference. And then I started getting better at scaling the campaigns, and that's when I started having more consistency. And obviously the shutdowns decreased too, because I wasn't making the same mistakes that I was making before. I was going slower. So those are the 2 main things, I think, focusing on the one offer, and then knowing the numbers, knowing my numbers.
Knowing your numbers. Yeah, for sure. And honestly and truly, I think the fact that, you went through those struggles and like you tried multiple offers at once and tried other stuff, like you kind of have to go through that sometimes and experience it yourself. And then once you realize like, okay, this is not the way I need to go. And then you finally go, the right way, things get so much easier too. And kind of like we talked about earlier, like before we hit record here, is like, getting to that $1,000 day is the hardest part. And then once you get from 1,000 to 2,000 or 5,000, like it's actually easier than getting to $1,000 a day because you're not making the silly mistakes anymore. Like you're doing all the right stuff to get there. Right. So I think that's pretty cool. So Greg, like what is your goals now? So obviously you had $1,000 day, like you're having success now. And like, what are you looking to do? Are you looking to go back to your job, or what's kind of going on here?
So no, absolutely not. During this time, I got called to go back. I've been offered jobs too at other places. I know a lot of people in the business. So, but no, this is it, man. I'm all in on this. Next goal is I want to get to the $2,000 day. Eventually get that ClickBank plaque for $250.
Yeah.
So
sure.
This is what I'm gonna be doing now, for sure.
I love it, man. That's awesome, man. That's great. Like, cause once it happens, it's like, you're like, wow, like what's next? Like, what more can I do? It's like, it's addicting too. I think you'd agree. It's like, it's fun. It's addicting. And like, there's so much room for growth. It's, it's like the real deal, and plus, you're friends with Rodrigo and everyone, and like, you see what they're doing, and like, you want to push and beat them too. Right. So
yeah, for sure. And for me too, Robby, it's, I have a two-year-old daughter, for you obviously know this, but for the people that are watching, I have a 2-year-old daughter, and working in the car business, I didn't really have enough time. Like I would work weekends. I was working every Saturday. I would work, 3 Sundays in a month. So I didn't have a lot of time to be with her, and my wife. And even, spending more time with my family. I would leave home at like 7:30 in the morning. I wouldn't get back sometimes until like 9, So it was, and I only had 1 day off during the week. So it was pretty crazy, and now that I see the opportunity to grow this and to be at home with them and spending more time with them, it's, this is what I want to do, you know.
Yeah, of course.
You know, and it's not just the money. Obviously, the money is what's going to pay the bills, but you know, it does give the opportunity to do more things and be around the family a lot more. So that's important to me.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. I love that you said that. And it's like, you know, being able to, you know, obviously your daughter's young, and I think, and you have one on the way as well, right? So yeah, so for sure. And like in that time, like you can't get that time back, right? It's like when they're young, and then they grow up. So it's, you know, being able to be there for them is awesome, dude. So I love that. Because how many hours a week were you working like at the car dealership before?
So it was like 60, 70 hours.
Wow.
The thing is, the dealership would close at 7, but a customer would walk in like 10 minutes before. We were there. We wanted to make sales, you know, we had numbers to hit. So like it was tough because sometimes I wouldn't get home until 10. Sometimes I'll get home, my daughter would be sleeping already. So that happened many times. So yeah. I don't want that life.
No, I don't blame you, man. And it's great the fact that you're able to, you know, have the opportunity where, you know, it's kind of like everything happens for a reason. Like you got laid off, which is a bummer, but at the same time, it's allowed you to pursue this and have success with it. And that's awesome, man. So good for you for doing that, because, you know, I think everyone watching too is gonna love that, because there's a lot of people that, you know, that are stuck in a job they don't like or that they don't love, and like, you know, they haven't taken the leap yet. So the fact that you've done that is going to be definitely inspirational for them. So Greg, as always, we got to show people that you actually made $1,000 a day. Like, do you mind sharing your screen and showing people going on?
Let's do it, man.
Awesome. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. It wasn't even $1,000. It was $1,100, over $1,100, man. That's awesome. Wow. Dude, that's awesome. And this is pretty cool, actually. I love to see this because, like, you know, man, you've been pretty consistent, like every single day. Like, you know, it's like, you know, $200, $280 on one day, and then it went to 400, then 800, then, you know, you had a couple of $800 days, you had the $900 day, like you were talking about. Yeah, man. So that's awesome, dude. And it looks like, you know, on a week to week basis, like you're bringing in some decent money right now. So that's awesome. So, and that's only going to get better and better. Yeah.
Can't complain at all. And I text Mariah, like a couple weeks ago, maybe like a week ago. And I was like, oh, I don't understand. You know, sometimes I see people there go from like 0 to like 1,000 real quick.
Yep.
And like, I'm having consistent days, but I'm not getting to my 1,000. And she's like, it's different for everybody, you know, and you just got to be patient. It's going to come for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
that's awesome.
I stuck to it, and I had an account shut down right here on these 2 days right here.
Yep.
I was working with 3 ad accounts. So then from here on, it was just 2 ad accounts that I'm working with. And the other one, I did get it back, but I'm taking it slow. You know, I'm boosting some posts there, and I'm gonna be active on that ad account again this week. So I'm looking forward to bringing these numbers up.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, it's great. And honestly and truly, like I actually like to see this type of pattern here, because, you know, this just shows me that like you're doing the right stuff, and you're having consistent sales and consistent success. I think that's, you know, I like that as opposed to like 0 and then like $2,000, you know, because, you know, I think this is, you know, over time, this is going to definitely increase more and more and more. And I think that, you know, it's good to have $1,000 a day once, but we want to do that a lot more times, right? Like we want to do that consistently, and you're on pace to do that with this, you know, this type of trend right here. So that's awesome, man. So good for you, dude. That's amazing. So let me ask you another question here, Greg. So as far as, you know, obviously we have, you know, you see everyone posting inside of, you know, inside of the groups and everything. And so, you know, what would be like your advice, like for people that, you know, either just got started in Commission Hero, or, you know, they've been in Commission Hero for a while and they just haven't had their breakthrough yet? Like, what would be your advice to them?
All right. So for people that are just starting, I would say jump on the unit section. First of all, first thing that you have to do is jump on the unit section, watch all the videos. You know, I see a lot of times people ask questions that the answers are on the videos, and I understand it's a lot of information, But if you watch the videos multiple times, that's what I did. You find the answers, and there's nothing wrong with asking questions. As a matter of fact, you should be always asking questions. People on this community are great. They're always willing to help. So ask questions, have goals, start having goals, and slow is fast. Don't move too quick. Robby's not joking when he says that. It's true. And it happens to a lot of people that they try to move too fast, and the account shutdowns are there. So if you go slow, take your time to learn and ask questions, it'll come. Just stay on it, stay consistent. It's gonna come for sure. So you have all the information. We have all the information that we need. And you made it so easy for us. That you just gotta follow what you say. And be patient.
Yep, I love that. That's great. So, and then Greg, final question here. So if someone's watching this video, which I'm sure there's a lot of people that will be watching this, and they're not in Commission Hero yet, like what would you say to somebody that is not in Commission Hero yet?
What are you waiting for? Just join. If you're willing to put in the work, the results are gonna come for sure. No doubt about it. I'm having success. I see a lot of people there are having success. If you put in the work, you're going to get the results for sure.
I love that, Greg. That's awesome, man. Well said. Well said. Yeah, awesome. So great. Hey, man, thank you so much for doing this interview, man. I know I really appreciate you doing it. I love your story. I love the fact that you're, doing something a little bit different, get out of your comfort zone, like, taking advantage of an opportunity that, presented itself and having success. And that's going to pay off big time, not only for you, but for your family as well. And so that makes me happy, man. And I know it makes you even happier.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I love that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate everything. Appreciate you putting this course together. So I'm looking forward to being here for a very long time and having more success. So thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah, sounds good. And guys, if you've been watching this video and you want to join Commission Hero, there'll be a link on this page where you can get signed up and become part of the Commission Hero family and be well on your way to $1,000 a day, just like Greg is, and thousands of students inside Commission Hero. So that's it for me, guys. Greg, thanks again, man. We'll talk to you guys soon.